Hello and welcome to the Genuine Learning Blog. My name is Melissa Galasso, and today we're going to talk about a couple of little items related to information system services, which is an ethics interpretation from the Professional Ethics Executive Committee. This standard has had a lot of twists and turns over the last few years, and so we're going to talk a little bit about where we came from and where we're heading now. So one of the things that Information System Services standard was initially effective January 1st of 2021. So when they issued it, that was the target effective date. Obviously, now that we're talking about in 2022, you probably realize that that's not necessarily what's happening. It's a standard that's actually not new. It is a clarification of an existing standard. So the prior standard really had these large sort of groupings, right? So they had design and then they have this kind of implementation. And what Information System Services did was break down implementation into smaller pieces to indicate whether it was a non-attest service to which you had to apply threats and safeguards, or whether it was a prohibited non-attest service. So they got a little bit more detailed. And when they rolled this out, it wasn't with a lot of fanfare. It was something that most people thought were just sort of incremental improvements. So again, initially, it was supposed to be effective January 1st of 2021. The first time it was delayed was due to COVID. So along with two others, the state and local government client affiliate standard and leases, they delayed the effective date of that due to COVID-19. So we got a 1-year delay. So it was supposed to be effective January 1st of 2022. However, in November, at the November PEEC meeting, there have been firms who've raised some concerns about some of the pieces in here, in particular related to QuickBooks consulting work, as well as IT help desk work. And so the project has gotten some feedback from some firms, and they are taking that into consideration. In addition, AICPA is working on their version, right, the international ethics. And so as a result, they delayed it again. And so now it is effective January 1st of 2023. But because there was so much interest in this standard, they did create a brand new practice aid. And so in December of 2021, they issued an independence considerations for information system services practice aid. And we provided you the link there. It'll also be in the information in the tagging that we do for these as blog posts, etc. And the key to that is they're trying to help people figure out how to implement the standard and what are some of the considerations that they need to document. So again, we have an extra year. It's one of the first big takeaways. And the second one is that there is a new practice aid. But I would say third, if you go through the standard and you're finding difficulty with implementation, you find that it's going to have a negative impact on the firm, I would recommend that you share your thoughts with the Professional Ethics Executive Committee. I actually have I have a client in Ohio who has been very vocal in talking to the AICPA, and they would obviously love to know about other firms who are also having some difficulty in the implementation of this, in particular for some of the consulting work as well as some of the help desk type work that they do. So if you have questions, obviously you can reach out to us if you want to be put in contact with the firm. Otherwise, reaching out to AICPA is also a wonderful opportunity here. So hopefully this gives you a nice little update on where we are in the ethics standard, because again, we're just a couple of weeks into 2022. We don't want you to feel like you have to be compliant with this. You have an extra year for implementation if you really feel like you need it. And then again, if you are going to be implementing, definitely look at this practice aid to help in your transition. So today's blog is short and sweet, but hopefully it is helpful for those of you who are struggling with the implementation of the standard. So I want to thank you all for joining, and I hope to see you on a future blog. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.